Alright, round one, we won the die roll, we'll play first. Alright, we'll mulligan this one. This one we'll keep. Keep that on top. Alright. So I guess we can go Infiltrator into Artisan, or vice versa. Looks like another aggro deck. Alright, we're going to play the Infiltrator. Alright, I mean, I can revoke privileges that. Probably have to stop the beats as soon as possible here. Alright, let's bash. I mean, my other option is play the Artisan, start to maybe race, but he's invested a lot in this already, so I guess we'll just revoke it. Alright, I don't mind that. We're both kind of doing the same thing here. So if I get the mana, I get to play the Barge into the Artisan. And okay. So I guess we just go Artisan. I'm going to make a 3/3. No play. All right. So we got the Barge mana, which is good. So we'll swing with our Artisan. No pump effect, so we got to let that happen. Follow up with the Barge. See if we get another land for Self-Assembler. That'd be good value right now. Artisan's fine too. Lets us attack. But, I mean, if we get to 5th land, we get to go Assembler and swing with Barge. Otherwise, we can go Artisan and swing with Barge. Either of those options works for me. Opponent's not doing anything either, which is nice. So, we'll drop the... Yeah, we'll drop the Artisan here. Still going to make a 3/3. I mean, I don't really need servos. I suppose it would have played around impeccable timing had I put out the servo, but it just feels like having a 3/3 is a lot better than having a 2/2, you know? Okay. Not equipping the goggles to the Warden, but not sure if that matters. So, alright, I guess we play the Construct. Leave that on top so we can get our assembler online. And we'll drop the skiff. I mean, I could have left up impeccable timing, especially considering my opponent did not re-equip the goggles. Maybe they don't, not thinking about it right now, but all right, that's fine too. So, admittedly, the mechanic does look good here. Opponent just keeps forgetting about those goggles. Oh, I should have crewed in response, and I would have been able to block, so that was sort of a mistake. Took a damage unnecessarily there. All right, so let's drop the assembler. Get another assembler. And we'll crew the barge. All right. So blue-white, but did really not see many creatures out of the top 16 cards of our opponent's deck. Could have just been really unlucky on their part, but we didn't. Both the creatures they did play were not Sky's creatures either, but we also did not see a blue card from our opponent, so not sure what that all comes together and means yet, but we'll see what happens in game 2 here. So I guess Puzzle Knot technically does deal with Exemplar in kind of a nice way. Do I just assume there's more X1s in there? I don't know. I mean, I could. But, I mean, we already have the Renegade. We have the Pyro Helix. We've got ways to deal with it. So I think we'll hold off on Puzzle Knot for now. If I see another X1 or two, I'm totally on board, though. So let's run it back. Yes, sand is good. Does basically everything we needed to. Skiff into Infiltrator, swing for 3, or swing for 2, but 3 damage total. Turn 4, Pyro Helix privileges as needed. I think this hand is what we're looking for. Well, we have the Pyro Helix, so that's good news. It does mean I might have to hold off a turn on the Skiff, but probably worth it if my opponent plays an artifact here. Hopefully they just play another X1. That would be the perfect for us. Oh, all right, well, change of plans here. We're going to go the aggressive route if our opponent's missing lands. We want to just build a board presence here. No play? Could play the Renegade. I'm going to play the Infiltrator, though. We're going to get this guy online now. If our opponent has impeccable timing, I'll let him do it to our Skiff and be okay with it. No timing. All right. I think we're just going to play the Herald. Does this work the way I want it to? Let me see that. All right, so it enters. One sec. Let me see this. I think it does. Can I use this? I see. So it enters. I can't crew and pump the Skiff in response because the triggered ability is on the stack right now. but I can't click the crew ability in response to this trigger. I kind of thought you would be able to do that for some reason, but it looks like the Herald has to trigger first and resolve. It has to trigger and resolve before I can crew. That's weird. I don't know why I would think you could crew in response to that. All right. See, now I can crew once it's on the stack. So you just basically have to do the target first, it seems like. All right. Lesson learned. It's not even a huge deal. I still get to get some damage in here. And I could have done the Renegade as well, but I kind of feel like when I've got all these removal spells, I'd rather just get another damage dealer on the board for now. All right, so I guess now I have to use the revoke privileges on that again, but actually I kind of don't. Now I can actually play the Renegade, and I'm still winning the race technically. Eight energy to deal 6 damage to a player. That's a lot of energy. I think if my deck maxes out on energy, I can technically nuke my opponent for 6. They got to make a play here. Huh. Why would my opponent... That's odd. Oh, I guess so I can't crew in response. All right, that actually does make sense. So, I can play the Giant. Yeah, I think I just play the Giant, because now I can jump with Herald. So, let's... we're still going to crew with the Renegade, because we want to be able to block with the Giant. So we'll get in with our Skiff. So if my opponent attacks into the Giant, I'll just chump with the Herald, since we don't need it anymore. All right, Blade Master, no big deal. Infiltrator, it's a nice one here. Yeah. All right, so we go Infiltrator. Crew the Skiff. Swing with these two. Still have the Pyro Helix up too. Alright, so our opponent's just dead now. Alright. So, opponent had an odd deck there. I think their deck was just mostly artifact-based removal, like Malfunction, Meltdown, Revoke Privileges. And then they were just really trying to get there on the back of like a few creatures. That's what it seemed like. They just really, both games, did not play many creatures. Granted, they got mana screwed this game, though. All right. Let's see round 2.